I'm going to give you the TLDR right here at the top of the video. If you have an Apple Watch Ultra and you love Apple's solo loop bands, either the woven or the fluoroelastomer where there's no clasp or anything, you just have to get the right size. They fit differently on the Apple Watch Ultra and you need to get one size smaller than you normally would with your other Apple Watches. So here are the details. Of all the Apple Watch bands, I love Apple's Solo Loop collection. Both the braided solo loops in lots of different colors and the fluoroelastomer kind that are real rubbery. They're just super comfortable, they're stretchy, and I like that there's no clasp. It's a clean look. And in one of the most un-Apple-like moves ever, the Apple Watch bands you got with your original Apple Watch, even my Milanese loop that came with the original Apple Watch that I got in 2015, still fit the Apple Watch Ultra. Apple never broke compatibility between the Apple Watch sizes. So as long as you were on the larger Apple Watch size or the smaller one, the large Apple Watch bands, my entire collection that I've been using for years, fit the Apple Watch Ultra. But there's a caveat. Right here I have my Series 7 Apple Watch and the Apple Watch Ultra. Again, all my solo loop bands still fit, but somehow where the lugs connect on the Apple Watch Ultra, it actually adds a little more of a gap when you're wearing the same size solo loop. For instance, here's my Apple Watch Series 7, fits nice and snug. I like it about that tight. This way it reads your heart rate and all that blood oxygen stuff pretty well. Now I'm going to take this same solo loop that fits my Series 7 and fits my wrist just right, put it on the Apple Watch Ultra. Now it definitely works and I can wear it like this, but it's definitely not as snug as it was on the Series 7. There's more of a gap between the Apple Watch and my wrist, which again, if I'm going to sleep with it for sleep tracking or I'm actually going to go for an outside walk, I don't like it that loose. I would prefer it a little more snug. Again, for comparison, here's the Apple Watch Series 7 with that same solo loop, and you can see there's just not as much gap when it's on the Series 7 as opposed to the Ultra. Now, I did get my Apple Watch Ultra with the Ocean Band. It's this white, really durable, feels heavy duty. It really matches the Apple Watch Ultra aesthetic, but it's just a little more bulky than I would like for everyday wear, even when I'm going for a walk. Is this a big deal? Maybe not, but to me, I really liked the way those solo loops fit when they were snug around my wrist. So I actually saw from Jason Ayton on Twitter that if you want to get the solo loops, you should get one size smaller than you normally do when wearing them with the Apple Watch Ultra. So that's what I did. So I got two new solo loops. These are one size smaller than I normally wear, both a braided solo loop and the regular fluoroelastomer, whatever you call it. Now I have large wrists, don't at me. I typically have a solo loop size 8 that I wear. That's my entire collection. All the solo loop bands you see, size 8, and they all fit great with my Series 7. By the way, if you want to get these nice little bamboo organizers for your Apple Watch bands, I'll put a link in Amazon to show notes. They're stackable, come in various sizes, and it's just a nice way to display them and store them at the same time. So I typically wore a size 8. This is now a size 7 solo loop. Going to try with the Apple Watch Ultra. Here it is up close. This is the Storm Blue solo loop. And let's try it on the wrist. And this is exactly the fit that I'm looking for with my Apple Watch band. It looks a little snug, but also the solo loops tend to stretch out a little bit over time. So I'm good with this. So going one size down in a solo loop, a size 7 from my typical size 8. It's not moving around my wrist anymore and it feels comfortable too. Let's unbox the Rainforest braided solo loop and we'll try this too. Got the little green tab here, and then we'll open it up from the bottom. Now that is a very nice green. If you didn't see, green is one of my favorite colors, as you can tell. Now I actually saw somewhere that this little tab on one side is actually what is supposed to be used to help you get the band out of the case. So pull that tab next time rather than try to get your finger under there. Here it is, the Rainforest color. Really nice. Now they say you can't dress up Apple Watch Ultra, but I disagree. I think a nice braided solo loop looks really good, even on the bigger watch. And there we go, Rainforest solo loop. And there you have it. Really nice fit. It's a little snug, but again, they stretch out over time, but it's comfortable and I don't have to worry about the Apple Watch Ultra moving around on my wrist as I move. Really nice. There it is again up close. Again, you can see a typical gap now. There's no play and stuff when I move my wrist, and that's just how I like it. So while all these solo loops do fit my Apple Watch Ultra, and I can wear them if I want it a little loose, I'll be going a size down if I'm going to stick with the Apple Watch Ultra full time. So if you made it this far talking about solo loops in the Apple Watch, again, the short version is, if you have an Apple Watch Ultra and you love the solo loop bands, get them a size smaller than you did with the Series 7 and earlier. It's just the way the lugs are on the Apple Watch Ultra. It will fit better getting that smaller size. If you like this video, hit that like button and of course subscribe to the Bearded Teacher channel. Tons of tips for iPhone and iPad, especially in the shorts for this channel. And leave a comment below. What are your favorite Apple Watch bands for Apple Watch Ultra or any of the Series 8 and earlier? And if you have third-party Apple Watch bands that you really love, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. and maybe I can review them here on the channel as well. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you in the next video.